What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Stuttering Christian Podcast. I am your host, Samantha, coming to you live from my apartment. Woo! Y'all. It has been a month. It has been a month. So, if you did not know, I moved out of my parents' house. I am adulting. I pay for my own internet and I do all that adulting stuff. So, I moved out December 16th. On December 17th, I started to cough and body aches. And I was just thinking, like, oh, the body aches are from moving a couch up a flight of stairs. So I didn't think much of it. And then Sunday comes, I have no voice, and I have to give a Sunday school lesson, and I am sicker than a dog. But I was there and I gave a lesson and I made sure my youth knew about the last Sunday of Advent. Then by Monday, I am coughing deep. Like I had pneumonia in 2019 and it was giving me some pneumonia vibes. So I called the doctor and I was telling him all of my symptoms. And he's like, yeah, you have bronchitis. And I'm like, great. It's a couple days before Christmas, my favorite time of the year. And I have bronchitis. Like, what? My body had the audacity to let me get sick. So, and as you can probably tell, I'm a lot better now. It's been about almost 2 weeks. On Friday will be two. It's been a lot of just me being sick, and I recorded this episode when I had no voice. So please bear with me. But other than that, I'm adulting. Like, what? And it has been a wild time here. A wild time. So I hope you enjoy this episode. And if you did not know, this episode is my first ever episode with a group. So it's a lot, but it's fun.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. There's Cassidy.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey.
Where'd Cassidy go?
Oh my goodness.
Turn your camera on, Cassidy.
Come on, Cass.
Come on, Cassidy. Where's Danny?
Danny might be having trouble.
in trouble.
He probably doesn't have Zoom installed on his iPad.
Oh, good grief.
Oh man.
Did you get all moved into your apartment, Samantha?
Yes. And then the next day I got bronchitis. What?
Oh. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, like I'm feeling a lot better now. My voice doesn't sound good, but I have like 5 drinks right here to help. So it's going to be fun. But yeah.
Okay, good. Cassidy said she can't hear anything. Hang on.
Oh man. Well,
I don't know. I think she's gonna go back out and back in to see if she can hear now. But I don't know where Danny is. We were just talking to Danny.
We'll have Danny on like this.
Yeah, keep that picture up.
oh man, there he is.
Okay. Finally,
Danny!
Hello.
Danny.
Sorry, guys. I had to update my Zoom app.
That's okay. That's probably what Cassidy needs to do.
Yeah.
Someone tell her to.
There she is. Let's go.
Cassidy?
Wait, I think I can hear now.
Now
Hi.
you can. Okay, grief.
It looks like Cassidy doesn't have wires.
Nice one. That's why it's not working.
Whatever.
Way to go, Cassidy.
Okay, Danny, I get it. Sorry.
I'm not trying to flex. It's just, I'm all wired up.
Yeah, it's okay.
Guess I'll put both ears in.
Nice. I am so glad y'all are here on the podcast. So, how about y'all introduce yourselves? Because y'all are the first group. So this is going to be extra special. So whoever wants to go first.
I'll go first. I'll just say we all go to Texas Tech, but my name's Abby. I'm from Glen Rose and I'm a nursing major at Tech.
Nice.
I'm Cassidy. I was an education major and I graduated from Tech, so I'm old now, but
My name's Danny. I actually go to Texas Tech every day. Oh, no. And I'm a business major at the Rawls College of Business with a focus in marketing. And I also am the shift supervisor at one of the on-campus dining halls.
Nice. Let's go.
I'm Trent. I also go to Texas Tech in the Davis College of Agriculture. My major is animal science, and my fun fact is that I raised cattle in high school.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's go. Well, let me get to my outline. So, as y'all all met from Glen Lake Camp, So how did y'all hear about the camp?
So I heard about the camp from one of the band members that was there, my first year. It was an old family friend from my home church. Her name is Anna Shipley. She's in Woven Worship, and she asked if I wanted to come out there, and I said yes. So I headed out there the day after my high school graduation, which was right at the end of training. So yeah, that's when I went out there.
Nice.
I grew up in Glen Rose, so I grew up going to camps. So that's how I heard about it. And then all my
I also grew up going to camp, so working at camp was something I wanted to do since I was young.
I didn't go to the summer camp there, but I did go to midwinter quite often. And Patrick Turkett was my youth director, and so he reached out to me and asked if I wanted to do it. And since I had nothing better to do over the summer, I decided it'd be fun.
Oh man. So that sorry, like my Wi-Fi went out like quick, but it's all good now. So within camp, there is a lot of weird things that your friends say, that your boss says, or just like weird things as a whole that campers say. What is the weirdest / funniest camper story do y'all have?
I got a weird one. This really caught me off guard. I was one morning I was shaving real quick, and I'm sitting there, and this kid walks up to me, and he just stares at me for a little bit. I was like, looking at him, and he said, "Are you shaving?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "My dad does that." And then he turned around and walked away. And one of the weirder ways I've started a morning at Glen Lake.
Oh man.
I think I have a bunch. Whenever I worked at camp, I was the nurse assistant, but there was one time that we were sitting it was skit show night, and like we were sitting there, and it was like in between shows, like people were like getting ready, and then all of a sudden this kid just started screaming, crying at the front. Like he was just sitting there. He started screaming, crying. And so then like we walked up there and we're like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And he's like, my leg just went numb. And then we're like, well, were you sitting on it? And he's like, yeah. And we're like, it just fell asleep. But he thought he was just like, I don't know what he thought, like his leg was about to fall off or something. I don't know. I just kept laughing about that.
Mine was also on skit night from the first year there. One of my kids in my cabin, like they always do the falling or the life cycle of a raindrop, where they get down on the ground, start screaming whenever they fall out of the cloud. Classic camp skit. But whenever we went outside, like we were heading to dinner, whatever we were doing, and he like asked me, he came up to me and he goes, "I don't understand that skit." And I was like, well, let's try to figure it out. And we had like an in-depth conversation about the water cycle and why the skit is funny, for like 10-15 minutes after, while we were waiting in the line. I think it was for dinner, but we were just waiting, and he just kept on like going over and over again into this skit, trying to find out why we thought it was funny. But he never figured it out. He was steadfast, believing that it wasn't it wasn't funny to him, but it was funny to me. So yeah.
Poor kid.
Man,
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think
Danny, please.
Not the courthouse.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, I was distracted.
of. I Kids are just weird. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
man, I as most of y'all know, I've worked at camp. I just love camp so much. I talk about camp so much that I'm the unpaid advertisement. The weirdest thing a camper has said to me was this small, tiny girl forgetting how to fart. I had to sing Let It Go to her so she knows on just how to fart. So, yeah. And I wonder about her every day, thinking like, did she forget how to fart after that? Like, I don't know.
Poor girl.
Abby, as a nurse, what are your thoughts on that?
She's probably just constipated. There was a kid who kept coming to us saying, my stomach hurts. And then I finally asked, I was like, when's the last time you pooped? And he's like, 5 days before I came to camp.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
Danny's camper. I remember.
Oh yeah, he was in my cabin.
It was Danny's camper because
thought
then
he
we gave him laxative, and Danny was really worried that he was just gonna like poop himself in the middle of the night.
Well, he kept waking me up in the middle of the night because he thought he was having a heart attack. And I was like, my guy, you got gas. And he was like, no, like this, it hurts. It hurts. It was like 1 a.m. I was trying to sleep. And this kid thinks he's dying. And then Abby's like, no, he just needs some Miralax. He'll be fine.
Oh man.
I think there was one night he spent about 50% of the night in his bed and 50% in the bathroom. So not a great day for him, but he was a fighter. He got through it.
Oh
Poor
man.
kid.
Something that happened to me last week. So I had my big youth Christmas party. I go all out. I love Christmas. And so I had youth invite friends. And there was this one girl, and I remember her name now, Claire. She came up to me and she's like, do you remember me? And I'm like, girlfriend, no, I don't. I'm sorry, but no. And she said, I was the homesick camper your first week in 2019. And I was the reason why you had to run across camp to find a walkie because I was homesick. And I just looked at her and I'm like, you are the one that caused me so much stress. And she was like, I did. And I'm like, yes. And I think I may have scared her. So I don't think she's going to come back. But hey. Oh man.
At least she knows.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's self-aware.
Yes, that just making yourself sick does not make life fun. It just, it's not a vibe. So, but within that, what is y'all's favorite week of camp?
So the first year I was just a crew member, so I'd run around and like set up the games and stuff. So I didn't really interact with campers too much. So my first year, it was always like the little kids, because they would just always come out of left field with like some random stuff to tell me and then just like disappear. But this year as a counselor, my favorite week was definitely high school camp. Like they're a little bit they're a little weird sometimes with like the fact that I'm only a few years older than them, and like some of them were very close to my age this year. Like I had a few just graduated seniors, but I mean, it's just so much easier to like just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to this activity next, and they all just like start heading that way. They all know, like they know what's up. You don't have to hold their hand through everything. But that was definitely my favorite week of camp this year.
Hey, is someone gonna tell her?
I don't think we were gonna say anything.
I thought I was the only one.
Hey, Cassidy, we can't hear you.
You hear me?
Hey,
Speak
yeah, we
louder.
can hear you now.
Okay, it's because I don't have my wires.
Yeah, you don't have your wires on. That's
My B.
Did
That's
you
on
lose
me.
them?
Yeah, I did.
Did you check lost and found?
No,
You
I
might have
didn't.
left them there.
I'll go check after this. My favorite is Trek because they're so crazy and so tiny and they don't know anything, and so you can literally tell them pretty much whatever and they'll believe you, and so that's my favorite week.
so you like lying to kids, is what you're
No, that's not what I'm
What a
saying.
gaslighter.
Cassidy.
Not
Cassidy
Not what
Barrett
I-
gaslights children.
no.
Make
No.
that the title.
That is the face of Texas public education. Can y'all believe that?
No. Anyways, Diddy, what's your favorite week?
Oh, it would not be the Trek kids. I really struggled as being a counselor in Trek camp because the kids are
did
incredibly
great.
cute. I don't know. I cannot look like a small first grade child in the eye and tell them no. Like if they're doing anything, I can't be like, stop, because they're just so cute when they do it. And I'm like, you're gonna hurt yourself. Like you're climbing all over the bunk beds, but you look so cute doing it.
Oh
So
my
Trek
goodness.
camp's not no. High school week is a very, very rewarding camp. You get to, actually discuss like faith-based stuff, helping people. Like I really enjoyed talking to high schoolers about transitioning into college and what they can do to make that easier, how they can stay connected to their faith through college. So that's something I really enjoyed. Plus they're funny. You can joke around with them and they get your jokes normally.
most of the time, yeah.
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 I'm with them. I like high school the best, only because, okay, the little kids, like I like little kids. I think they're funny. They say out of pocket stuff, but the little kids are the ones that get homesick, and I'm not the type of person to be able to comfort like that. Like whenever kids would come to me homesick, I was just like, oh, sorry, it'll be over soon. And but high schoolers are funny and they don't get like homesick or anything. So I don't know. I just like high schoolers better.
Nice. So within camp, and we've talked about the summer camp of it all. Tell me y'all's favorite memory about traveling to Glen Lake during retreat season.
All right, we got a good story for this one. I think everyone knows what story we're telling.
I don't support this story.
Oh, it's a good one.
Trent,
It's
I
get the
can
picture
provide
ready.
the photo.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here's what
Do you have
happened.
the picture?
Yes,
Yeah.
pull it up. Okay, here's what happened. Patrick texted us, say, hey, tech gang, can y'all come work this retreat? So we were gonna wake up at like, I don't know, like 6 a.m. or something, drive to Glen Lake, work for like 4 hours, and then drive back to Lubbock that night. Drive there, drive back that night. And so I told everyone, I said, meet at my house at like 6 a.m. or whatever. So people are meeting at my house, but then Danny is running late. So yeah, as usual. So we're like, whatever, I'll just go drive and pick him up. So we drive over to Danny's apartment and we're pulling into the apartment center. And then Cassidy like sees someone out there and she's like, oh, like, is that Danny walking? And I was like, no, it looks like they're carrying a bag of trash. That can't be Danny. And then we pulled up beside him, and it's Danny, and he has a pillow and like a sleeping bag and an overnight bag because he thought we were staying the night. And we like no one even told. I think we all just started dying laughing. We couldn't even tell him that we weren't
my
staying the
God.
night.
I thought we had discussed drive there, work, drive back, but somehow Danny missed that conversation.
I think it shows a lack of communication skills on y'all's part.
No, it shows that you didn't know how to listen.
Yeah. Nowhere in the text did Patrick say like, oh, y'all can stay in the cabins or anything. You just like implied that yourself.
Well, it's a camp. I thought we were gonna go camping.
Well, you thought wrong. You thought wrong.
And then
It's
later Danny's friend called him and he was on speakerphone, and whenever he hung up, he's like, have a good weekend. Because he told all of his friends that he was staying the weekend.
You know, I was so excited to see y'all that morning. I woke up earlier than I ever wake up, like 6 a.m. I'm getting ready. I got my bag packed. I'm so excited to see my friends, to go to Glen Lake. And I go out of my way. I walked up to the front of the complex because I didn't want them to have to drive all the way back because I was already running late and I felt bad about that. And then imagine my face when I walk up smiling to a car full of my friends and they are just laughing at me without any regard for my feelings. It's the kind of thing that sticks with you.
You could say that you were just humbled that morning.
You needed it.
You got to eat the Southern plate later that day. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even get a Southern plate. I had country fried chicken.
Oh, well,
On
that's
Big
on
Cup?
you. That's on you.
That's on me.
Man, I feel like that's worse than wearing the wrong shirt for the week of camp.
Don't even get me started about colors of shirts. Every morning was a nightmare. And this
For the
I didn't
podcast
have that
listeners
same-
that don't know, Danny, calm down for a second. For the podcast listeners that don't know, Cassidy is in fact colorblind.
Yeah,
and we have
and it
different.
was-
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Keep going.
No,
Sorry.
go ahead.
Oh, well, it was especially fun when this summer all I had was volunteers. So I had to explain to them that I was colorblind and I needed them to, in fact, pick out my clothes as a 21-year-old post-grad who needed help getting ready in the morning. It was so fun.
How
Some of them were very
embarrassing.
confused. Some of them just did not get it.
So sad.
It was humbling.
And I did not realize that was a sore subject right there.
Hey, but I never had the wrong shirt on, so I always got it right.
That's what you think.
Oh, no, I know I did. I know I did. Danny, I'm pretty sure you wore the wrong shirt a couple times.
Yikes.
No, he definitely did. But you know who did it more was Lad. So
That's true. He
Yep.
did. Poor kid lost his Thursday shirt.
Oh man. So which retreat group was y'all's favorite to lead?
I only did one. Did y'all do more than that?
I
did
mean,
the ones like right after camp.
yeah, I did
Trent
a few
hasn't done
ones,
any.
but
Well, I did the ones
Nice.
that were like during the summer, whenever those big groups would show up. I don't know
Young
what those are
Life?
called.
the Young
Young
Life.
Life. Did Young Life come this last year? I don't know if they did.
didn't.
No.
They were test back.
Dang. There was one group that I remember though. They had like 400 kids or something crazy, and just like dealing with that all week was wild. Like
Stone Day?
they put up they put up the big sheets in the MAC, the gym, like covering the walls, and that's where they did worship instead of the chapel because there were just like too many of them. But that week was pretty fun. Just because there were like so many people there. and I also wasn't responsible for those people. I just had to run fishing all week, so that was fun.
Ew.
Nice, nice. Within working at camp and with it being a church camp, how has your faith grown since your first time working at camp?
While I was working at camp, I like kind of got in the habit of like, I guess like reading my Bible every day and, you know, like spending time with God. So that just kind of like established a routine for me that I've just continued on. So my relationship with God has grown since then.
Yeah, a big thing for me was the little, kind of like Danny was saying earlier with the high schoolers, just those little the little groups where, you know, we'd go for morning worship and then we'd do our little sit down and just kind of unpack what happened there. But just hearing, like, you know, some weeks are going to be different than others because of the kids that you have, but just hearing how excited some of the kids were this summer to just like talk about God, and like they were into it and they were like on the discussion, they were taking it seriously. So that really helped me because I work a lot better in a small group whenever like worshiping or talking about faith, because I like to hear different ideas and kind of discuss what we're talking about rather than just kind of get preached at sometimes. So it was really cool just seeing even younger kids just being excited to talk about God and kind of sharing ideas with each other. That was really big for me.
Cool, cool.
Yeah. I think part of it, you know, with the younger kids, a lot of times it's stuff like teaching them like how to read the Bible, like this is the New Testament, this is the Old Testament. But even up to like the middle schoolers, you know, they know that. And especially if they have a church background, a lot of them, even the ones that don't, will be asking really deep questions. And then the high schoolers, of course, they ask, you know, good questions. And so that forces you to kind of be responsible with your faith and your understanding of your faith so that you can tell other people about it. And, you know, it's not just like in high school, you're sitting in youth, reading the Bible, talking about it. Now, like you have to understand how you see your relationship with God.
Good job. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna repeat what y'all just said, and so I don't need to do that.
Thanks, Cassidy. Thanks for saving us some time, Cassidy.
Of course. Anytime.
Some wise words. Good job, Cassidy. Those words brought me to tears, as you can tell with my voice.
I do that sometimes.
Oh man. So we have talked about camp, and with it being a church camp. And my question for y'all is, have you ever met someone else besides me that stutters?
I don't think so, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
Yeah, I didn't talk to him too much, but there was a kid in my middle school who stuttered. And it wasn't super serious. It was just like very specific words that he would stutter on. But I do remember that he was always like talking about going to like language development classes and stuff like that. So I met him kind of in passing, but yeah.
I knew a girl in middle school and high school. She was in band and she had a stutter. She was a really good bassoon player.
Just had to throw that in there.
Well, I didn't know her too well, but I talked to her every once in a while.
Nice. The cool part about it is that you never know if you are meeting someone that stutters, because the stuttering community as a whole are so afraid on stumbling on their words that they feel like they have to not stutter. So their walls are up. Their shields are up, and they are protecting themselves for being laughed at, mocked, stuff like that. And the cool part that I see in y'all is whoever y'all meet, if it's someone that talks like me, y'all are going to show grace and kindness, because there's a lot of stupid people in the world, and it's nice to just talk to people who aren't mean and stupid on just reacting badly. And so I wanted to thank y'all for being, for one, super cool, and two, not being jerks. So
Yeah, I think it's really cool that you're so open about it. Because like my first summer at camp, like I didn't really know who you were before you showed up at camp, and um like people would just reference you like, oh yeah, Sam, like whatever, like blah blah blah, and they'd like tell stories and be like, oh yeah, she sounds cool, and then you showed up and you were like really open and just like super nice to talk to, that like I didn't even notice right away, like, but then you were just like, oh yeah, like check out my social medias, like Stuttering Christian and all that, and I was like, oh wow, like you just own it so well that it's like it's hard to even notice, whenever you're speaking or anything, just because it's just like another part of who you are, and I think that's really cool to just own that and kind of like not care what people, how people react or how people think.
thank you,
Yeah.
because it's taken me years, like literally years. Cassidy knew me when I was at my lowest of lows, did not want to talk at all. And now I have a podcast because I don't know how to shut up. It's fine. But it's taken me years, and now I'm at my new church, and I feel more welcome to talk the way I talk and not be fearful of stumbling on my words, because I have just a really good support system at my new church, which it's been cool because I've been able to do a lot more things that I didn't do before now, where ordering food, that is a whole other tangent, scary as crap, but I still do it. It's fine. But yeah, I do y'all have any questions for me about anything?
Who's the
So
best guest?
go ahead, Danny, go ahead. Sorry,
No,
sorry
Trent,
for
please.
interrupting.
Trent.
No, Danny, it's quite all right.
Oh, good grief.
Go, Danny.
Okay, I'm gonna
Okay.
ask my question now. Does anyone have an issue with that?
No, go.
Go ahead.
Okay, should I count it off or can I just go
Yeah.
into it?
Let's do a countdown.
Okay, 3, 2. Okay, so my question is, who's the best guest you've ever had on the Stuttering Christian podcast? And if it's me, it's okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
You're so
let's take
conceited.
your ego down a little bit.
The best guess, I would have to say, is Cesar.
Can't
Yeah.
beat that one. I'll take it.
I guess
Yeah.
he's technically a tech person
Oh
now.
yeah,
He is a tech
Yeah.
person. Yeah,
he is a
he's in
tech person now.
the Lubbock
Oh,
area.
nice.
The Lubbock area. He's literally in Lubbock, Danny.
He is
God.
a student.
Oh, I was
at
gonna say the
Texas
area
Tech.
code, but I forgot the it's eight
The
eight
806.
806?
the 806. Yeah, he's in the 80. He's up in the 806.
Oh, good grief.
Ridiculous. Abby isn't even in the 806 anymore.
Yes, I am. Amarillo's still the
Abby is not
806.
in the 806.
Yes,
I'm not
I
in
Because
am.
it's
It's
2
in the
hours away,
806.
Abby.
It's in the 806 still.
Is it really? I don't believe that.
Yes, it is, y'all.
I'm not in the 806
So
anymore.
Abby, what's the name of the town that West Texas A&M is in?
That's Canyon, but I don't go to
It's
WT.
Canyon.
Yeah,
So
but
they-
I go to
Oh wait, no, you're right. We go to West Texas A&M. It kind of kills my joke.
oh my gosh. No, I go to the
I'm disappointed in myself.
nursing school. That was embarrassing for you.
Got to stay
Humbling.
humble.
Yeah.
You want to hear the joke anyway?
Yeah, I kinda do actually.
Yeah,
Danny.
tell us.
So the town that West Texas A&M is in, Canyon. Do you know how they got their name?
How?
Oh,
There's a really big canyon.
oh my
Wow.
God. That
Wow.
was it. That was
That
it.
was
Wow.
The king of
It's also a
dad
county
jokes.
seat.
Oh,
What?
county. You've been there.
Yeah, there's a courthouse. There's a courthouse in Canyon.
Wow.
Is it nice? Do you have a picture you could pull up real quick, or?
I do have a picture of it.
Show us. For people who
I
don't
can pull it
know,
up.
Danny collects courthouse pictures. He has the whole photo album. On the way back from Glen Lake, he made us pull over and pose to take a picture of a courthouse.
Oh, what should we tell the
Garza County Courthouse
The
in
gas
Post,
station.
Texas.
Yeah, Cassie, you could tell the gas station story.
You'll
So
also have the tomato can, right?
Tomato can.
That's in
Oh, we do
Eastland.
have that. That was in Eastland. That was a good
Yeah.
picture.
I hadn't been there. So we had to stop for gas in Post.
Nice courthouse, huh?
Yeah, that's good.
Nice.
So we had to stop and get gas in Post, and I was trying to throw away my water bottle, and I like threw it into the trash can, but I missed, and it went to the other side of the gas pump, and the guy pumping the gas picks it up and goes, "Did somebody drop it?" And now every time Abby and I drive by that gas station, we send each other a little picture.
It probably wasn't as funny as it should have been, but we were so tired because we drove
Yeah.
there and drove back in the same day. We were so tired. We all just started dying laughing.
I think we laughed about that for a good like 10 minutes. It was
Oh man.
Just one of the many interesting things you can do in Post, Texas.
Yeah, it's true.
their Christmas
Um,
lights are pretty when they have those up.
They also have a prison.
Do
They
they?
do.
My roommate's from Post. Fun fact. She tells me all the fun stuff about Post.
Wow. Do they have a little Facebook like Glen Rose?
I think they do. I think they do actually.
Neighborhood Facebooks are a fascinating aspect of American culture that I think should be studied more in depth.
Yeah,
you
that
could
should
write
be
you could write a whole thesis on that.
that
I
should be in
live for
history
the going
books
on
for
a Glen
sure.
Rose page.
Me too.
I have a question for you, to our dear host.
Yes. Yes.
I was gonna ask,
Yes.
what got you into memeing camp moments?
So, it wasn't me like that memed all the camp moments. It was my mom.
Mm.
I would send her all of these pictures, and she was very, very bored at work. So she would make memes. And the best part is she would not know the context of the picture. So 99% of the time it involves poop. And then the other time it involves like the yellow meal. But then when I became a volunteer, I decided to live on that memeing of the staffers. So yeah, it just brings me so much joy to meme y'all.
What's been your favorite meme to make?
Oh, man.
Was I a part of it?
Oh, good grief. You're so conceited.
We need to knock you down a peg.
Can Danny get kicked off of this now?
I would have to say that it was a meme of, I think it was Trent that had, I think it was like the shark
The
head.
shark head. I have that
Yes!
one. Yeah, I have that
Yes!
one in my room downstairs.
Yes. That was my favorite meme to make. And my second favorite is the one of Abby in the golf cart. I don't know where she was going, but I remember it being such a lit meme. So
Perfect. I was probably just driving around bored.
yeah.
Diddy, how does it feel not to be mentioned?
Not even an honorable mention for
Yeah.
the leaderboard.
Like, I know I wasn't gonna get mentioned because there's not funny camp pictures of me, but I at least didn't even try to say it was gonna be me when the question was asked.
Girl,
Well, I actually
I
have
searched.
to be
No,
to
no,
be
no.
honest. Is it my turn yet?
Go.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yes, it is.
I feel that the most likely reason is that I don't even know if it needs words. Like, it's just funny.
If that's what you want to tell yourself, you can, but
I'm just that guy.
Oh, please.
Kind of weird that all the mob pictures that had you in them, Danny, didn't get memed, but the mob pictures that didn't have you did get memes.
nice.
That's weird how that happened.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Oh my
Poor
goodness.
Danny. Poor Danny.
Okay,
He's
wait.
gonna cry.
Danny, I do remember there was a picture I did meme of you. But the thing is, I was trying to make it so funny, but I did not know you very well that I was afraid I was going to offend you or scare you off. Like this weird chick that wears a Christmas tree costume is memeing me and I don't know her. Like that is why the memes weren't the best of my ability.
It's okay. I understand. I'm very difficult to offend, and I'm naturally drawn to the spotlight. So,
Oh, good.
if you find any more good
grief.
pictures, feel free to meme them all up. I used to be a bit of a memer back in the day as well. So,
He's a Discord mod.
Oh my goodness.
you laugh, but it's true.
Yeah, Danny, I could actually find a picture of you that we used as our group meme profile photos if you want me to.
It's a fantastic picture.
It sure is. But here, if you could, I don't mean to put you on the spot. Again, our gracious host, Sam, but if you could just meme this to make Danny really happy really quick.
Yes. Yes.
Where did y'all take
Yes.
that?
I will. I am already thinking of like 5 different captions. It will definitely be Christmas themed because Christmas
Danny,
is
when
this
did you
week.
take that?
I don't know. I do
Why
not
would
remember
you?
that.
Why
It
would
was
you
for the
take that in the
mom.
first place?
I need to know the story behind this photo because like
Oh, I was told to take it. It was
Yeah,
Bradley's
Brad made
idea.
us take pictures. Yeah.
Interesting.
But you can see he has the facial hair going on there. That's
Yep.
not a usual Danny thing.
It's a summer thing, fit the vibe. The bucket hat, I miss that thing.
where is it?
It's in Lubbock.
Oh,
I've got mine downstairs.
mine. I do know where mine is.
If I had it, I'd definitely be wearing it right now.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm just waiting to go fishing so I can get it out.
Oh, good grief.
Oh man, that is the
You could take it away now.
Yeah, you don't
Trent.
have to.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
good.
Sorry,
We're good.
guys. I like looking at Danny a lot. I don't know.
It might confuse the Zoom call because people won't know where my voice is coming from.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
I will post the video part on my YouTube channel. So yes, they will see y'all's beautiful faces.
Oh, good. Danny, please.
Hey, put that away, Danny. It's not appropriate for this thing.
Danny, this is not part of the podcast.
Why
By
do
the way,
you
this
have
is
that?
Yeah, why do you have that?
Oh my
What?
goodness.
What did you end up getting from the Christmas party, Danny? What was your gift?
Oh,
That you
hey,
did?
it was a small Waddles,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
baby
right, yeah.
a
Waddles.
miniature version of Waddles, the Glen Lake staff penguin.
That's a good one.
That's the Danny picture. That was the Groomie photo. This was him
Aw.
at camp. He was
That was
on
not a
our
camp. That
steps.
was at a mission trip.
Well,
Oh my
you know,
goodness.
it was a church shirt. I just guessed.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Man, oh man.
Put that away, Danny. Put it away.
Danny,
I'm
we're
not doing
trying
it.
to we're literally trying to film a podcast.
Can you not wait? Like,
No, literally.
Y'all should clarify that that was a small dinosaur because people listening might get the wrong idea.
This is a Christian podcast, Danny.
Danny,
I said nothing wrong.
get your mind out of the
Y'all-
gutter.
Danny, are you kidding me right now?
Those were
Oh my
y'all's
goodness.
words. I was just adding some context
My
for the listener's
pastor
sake.
listens to the podcast.
Way to go, Danny.
And that's why it's important that everyone knows exactly what's going on. I'm looking out for the listener.
Oh man. It's fine. He is a true crime fan, so I feel like he would think this is hilarious.
Good. As he should.
You know, Danny could probably tell you about some crimes if you want to get some true crime on the podcast.
What?
But maybe that's for another day.
That might be for another podcast.
What?
Is there something we need to talk about?
No.
Well,
I'm okay.
I feel like I'm being painted as a villain in this this podcast.
I don't know.
No, never.
Get out.
Kind of a negative image of myself.
Why would you do that?
oh my gosh. This has
Oh,
been
Danny, you're being ridiculous.
this has been
Danny.
wild. Man.
Sorry, I prefer what's the word? I'm totally blanking. This is embarrassing. I had a
That
really
is
good
so
joke.
that
That
is so
is
humiliating.
embarrassing.
That is
Prop
so
comedy.
humiliating.
Prop comedy and slapstick humor. You know, like
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
funny.
no, we know.
I
what
don't know
props
how
are.
well it applies to podcasts, but oh no.
Well,
Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Well, when you turn your camera off.
That's
Can
so
you hear me?
embarrassing. That is so
Okay, I'm back.
embarrassing.
I'm sorry, guys. My iPad has 10% left. So,
Yikes.
You should
Well,
probably
you
plug
were
it in.
Prepared?
well, no, I can't because my wires.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I forgot.
Yeah, Cassidy can't relate to that actually.
Cassidy would not know.
Yeah, I
Whoa.
couldn't find any. We went over
She did
this.
not understand the assignment.
Couldn't find
So-
any.
Embarrassing.
So, Cassidy, when you give like your kids, like if you tell them to do something and then they don't do that, as a teacher, what do you normally do?
Well, they're
Like, what's your
forced,
response?
so they're
I know,
naturally.
and you're 21 and you still do what you're.
Well, I'm
21.
22 now, actually.
I mean, instructions are pretty. I feel
I
like the
couldn't
instructions
find
were
it.
straightforward, and as a
I-
teacher,
I did look and I could not find any. So
Yikes.
therefore I used what I had available.
I mean, I'd be so embarrassed. I might get some string and tie it to the AirPods just to make it look like
Well, you should have told me that about an hour ago.
I mean, it's a good idea, but I figured
Yikes.
I just thought that you would actually get, do what you're supposed to do, but it's okay.
I tried and I couldn't. So
Danny is coming at you.
Yeah,
okay.
Danny is popping today.
Yikes.
This is personal.
What did you
I
do
don't
to
know.
him, Cassidy?
I don't know. I gave his glove back. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Well,
but
his other
the
glove
other
was in
glove is
Lubbock,
in Lubbock.
so
Well, that's not my fault.
Yikes.
I've
That's
had the
not my
same
fault.
pair of gloves since I was a freshman in high school. Only one pair of yarn gloves. that I have
Yarn?
taken. Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah, they are.
They like shed little pieces of string all the time, and if you pull them real tight, you can see right through them. It's a good pair of gloves though.
Trent.
What are you doing, Trent?
I'm promoting the mob because I mentioned them so much.
That's the one good photo y'all took all summer.
Yeah,
my
it's the best photo
gosh.
of the summer.
My favorite picture. I love it. The memes of the mob. It's great. Well, it has been a wild time talking to y'all. And before we wrap up, what advice would you give to the stuttering community?
I'd say that the most important thing is just staying confident. Because I mean, I knew my friend in middle school, but everybody that or the people that I've met with speech impediments or disorders, they say that the hardest part is to stay confident, just because it's trying the same thing over and over again. But they they said that to me that the most important part is staying confident and just staying up on practicing and still getting yourself out there, not trying to hide away from it or do anything like that, because that only hurts you in the long run. But yeah, just staying confident is, from what I've heard, very, very important to the process of helping yourself.
Yeah, put yourself out there. I mean, that's all I can say.
And going off that, staying positive. Like even if you have a hard day, there's always a new day ahead of you. Start over.
Not to give up on yourself, because like what Abby said, that there's gonna be hard days, but like the next day might be a better day. So yeah.
Yes, thank y'all so much for being in my first group of on my podcast. Y'all are amazing. Merry Christmas. I wish y'all the best. And if y'all are planning on working at camp again next year, yes, I'm bringing the Christmas tree. So, yes, it's become a thing. Y'all rock. Thank y'all so, so, so much.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank
thank
you
you,
for having us.
I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
having a stage to talk on. So
Good grief.
Oh my god.
We need to end this.
All right. So, what did y'all think? I know I was coughing a lot, but besides that, that episode was so good, because the cool part about Glen Lake Camp is that that camp brings people together. That camp forms long-term friendships. And I am just so proud of Trent, Danny, Cassidy, and Abby for doing what they do. They are changing lives without realizing it. Because believe me, I am a handful of years withdrawn from working at camp. And I've come across people who were in my cabin. And it's been many years. And the fact that they remember me, it's huge. So I hope all of y'all have a good Christmas, a good New Year's, and I have exciting things planned. So, as I always say, if you ever meet someone that stutters, be kind and don't be a jerk.